guys, welcome back to Sadie B Has You Covered. I had to open this video with something lighthearted, me dancing, because we're going to be talking about a serious topic today, and I know everyone has been discussing it. It's been trending on Twitter. There's been discussions everywhere, and I wanted to bring my take to the whole situation. Now, this is the makeup channel, and so I'm starting this new series where once a month I will pick a hot topic, something that's pressing my mind, maybe about my life, a question that you guys pose to me, something of the sort. And it's going to be, I have something to say. And it's just going to be once a month because I do want this channel to focus on DIYs, hair, makeup, but I also want to share a little bit of me with you guys so you guys can get to know me better and also have a conversation about real life topics, you know. Life isn't just hair, makeup, and whatever. So there's some real shit going on. And so once a month, I have something to say. Be on the lookout for it. This is the first episode for that playlist. And we are going to be talking about surviving R. Kelly, you guys. I watched all 6 parts and whew, that was a lot. So we're going to get into this conversation. I'm going to start doing my makeup. I may tell you guys a little bit of what I'm using, but I'm basically going to be finishing my makeup look and talking to you guys, okay? So Lifetime aired this 6-part documentary called Surviving R. Kelly, where multiple women, accusers, clinical psychologists, entertainers, people that used to be producers of his, bodyguards, assistants, all came forward to put together a cohesive story starting from the beginning to tell you the type of predator he has been. Now, I think that it was very well put together. Extremely well put together. And I commend Dream Hampton, the producer of this, for doing an amazing job. I had no doubts in my mind what he had been doing because I have been following some YouTubers and they have been interviewing people that were coming out with their stories saying, you know, after the whole sex cult thing broke. And I was like, this is bad. But Lifetime put it together in such a way where the girl in the tape, the 14-year-old in the infamous sex tape, her teammate from her basketball team was on there. Her coach was on there, who was a law enforcement agent as well. We're on there telling the story. It's like, how can you deny it? So some of the main things that I want to talk about and get into about this topic are the things that I am seeing on social media, on the Shade Room, on these Instagram blogs. I am seeing comments like, I'm still stepping in the name of love. Who am I to judge? It's none of my business but him and those women. Well, first of all, half of them weren't women, they were girls. And let's not forget this argument, the infamous, what about Harvey Weinstein? What about Hugh Hefner? What about whoever else? So let's talk about why. Let's get into that. So when this Me Too movement broke, it broke with the story of Harvey Weinstein and how he was getting these young actresses to come up to his hotel. He's discussing roles and parts for movies. And then his ass is dropping his robe butt ass naked and, trying to convince girls into having sex with him. Now, once this story broke, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct my memory, he was ousted from the Weinstein Company, his film production company, and if I'm not mistaken again, he has formal charges that he's in court right now fighting. Again, let's keep going down the list. Shortly after that, Kevin Spacey. There's young guys saying that he touched me as young as 15 and explaining their stories. Last time I checked, Kevin Spacey is not on the show on Netflix anymore. I don't think it's House of Cards. Maybe it is. That's what it's called. He ain't on that show anymore. That's done. He's out. Nobody's working with him. People are taking him off the things that he was previously working in. One movie just switched up the whole actor altogether. Just dropped his ass. Matt Lauer. Is he on the Today Show anymore? I'll wait for you to answer that. We can go down the list. James Franco. An accusation came out about him and a 17-year-old, I believe, around the time of the Golden Globes, like last year or so. He didn't show up. He didn't come. He was disinvited. So people are dealing with the consequences of their actions, and white men are dealing with it. So I don't know where this argument is coming from other than you want to defend R. Kelly, because the women he's affecting are black women. So let's just throw that argument out the window. Next, let's get into the conversation about the parents. Let's get into the conversation that people are blaming the parents. People are saying that these women knew what they were doing even though they were underage. Now, let's also deal with the topic of people saying, I'm losing my train of thought, get it back together, of people, saying, where were the cops? Why weren't they called? Well, if you paid attention to the documentary, and I have to stop getting so mad in these comments because I honestly believe the people that are saying this stuff didn't watch it. Okay, so one of the first things is they point out that after he got arrested in Chicago, once the tape came out, he went to Florida. He got arrested there. They found another tape. The young lady in the video, Lisa Van Allen, explains that it was the tape that she was in with the 14-year-old girl. It was all three of them. The police got the tape from him. That case was thrown out because the judge said that the police obtained the tape illegally because they were not supposed to search where they searched. So the proof is all right there. They got the tape from him, took it to court. Like, what more do you need? Then, let's keep going. The young girl, I think her name was Geronda. She met him when she was 16. She was towards the end of it. She said she stayed with him for 6 months. When she kind of told the end of her story and why she ended up leaving, a little caption popped up on the screen, the black screen with the words, everyone could read it, and it said that when she left, she gave her diary and any evidence she had of abuse over to the Illinois, the Bureau of Illinois Investigations, or the Illinois Bureau of Investigation, so the IBI. She gave over anything she had. The Savages were on Frank Ski and, it's not Wanda anymore because she isn't there, but in Atlanta, there's a popular morning show, and the Savages, the parents of Joycelyn, they were on there, and they said that, their daughter was in college at the time. People were calling in, dogging them out, and they're like, she was in college. We call her, we check on her, we do the best that we can to keep tabs on her. And her roommate called them and said she hasn't been here in days. They went to the campus and called campus police and reported her missing. So, and then you guys can see when they call the cops, like, what's the other girl's name? Oh, Dominique. Her mom, when she realized she ain't come home and they went, and remember she talked to R. Kelly, she called the cops, and the police said that since she was 17 and she was saying that nothing was wrong, there was nothing they can do. What don't you guys get about, in some states the legal age is 16, some it's 17. If the cops do a welfare check and they say everything's okay, legally, there's nothing they can do. Now, I know as a parent, you might have emotion. Oh my God, y'all, look at this fallout. What am I doing? Ooh, we about to put this palette down. I'm just over here. Brief intermission. Okay, I'm back, you guys. I had to get that fall off. I don't know what that palette seals, like they're shimmery color seal over. But anyways, let me move on to another palette. So my whole thing is, these people went to the authorities, and if you're legally of age and you're saying there's no harm, no foul, and that you don't want to go with your parents, there's legally nothing they can do. Now, the parents may want to break down a door, which I think at this point, no one's going to look at them sideways if they do. No one's going to be mad at them. Now, they may face, criminal charges for trespassing and things like that, but I don't think nobody's going to be mad, period. So I was just disgusted at the comments I was seeing at these people defending this man. And I'm convinced they didn't watch it, because believe me, if you watched it, you wouldn't be defending him. Like, what is it about R. Kelly's music that you cannot give up? I hate Step in the Name of Love, Happy People. They sound the same. I freaking hate it. Trapped in the Closet. I hate it. His stuff that I liked was like his early stuff. Like, I love like that New Jack Swing sound. And so Vibe, I had on a workout playlist. It's gone. Like, I don't listen to R. Kelly. I have no need to, and I have no desire to listen to lyrics that were inspired by 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and 15-year-olds. And I think something's wrong with you. I think something is seriously wrong with you. Like, we do have issues with people discriminating against Black men, but this isn't one of them. He is wrong. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. That documentary was so informative. It was incredibly informative. But now what's happening is you have an issue where these parents have come forward, but their children are now like 19, 20, 21. So there's really not too much they can do, because they're grown. There really isn't too much that these parents can do at this point. And I do feel like the criticism of Azriel's parents was deserved, because they did let her go under the guise that a guardian from the record label would be there with her. But they needed to make sure, they needed to double check that. And I think that, oh man, maybe they were lured by the hope of fame for their daughter, and maybe they were just really trusting. I don't know what it was, but to blame them now, to say like they don't want their daughter back, or they're just doing this documentary for money, I feel like it's wrong. I feel like that is completely uncalled for, and it's wrong. Like, please don't do that, people. Like, I want to know, who are these people in the comments? I'm telling you guys, I've never been so disgusted in my life with people defending R. Kelly. Ever. He's about to go on tour. I think he's calling the tour "You Were Born to This," like basically saying you were born to my music. So I don't know if he's trying to attract a younger crowd. Like, that is disgusting. He's still signed to his record label. How is he still? How the hell? We've seen Kevin Spacey, all these big stars, because some people are forgetting, lose their careers completely. Oh, let's not forget the exec of CBS, the head of CBS, Les Moonves. He's gone. His $120 million severance pay, gone. So R. Kelly can't be dropped from RCA? Like, explain this to me, because I'm baffled. I'm confused. Like, what is wrong with people? So let me share a little bit about myself in this story. So watching this documentary, it did trigger me at some point. It really did. Because about 5 years back, I was in a situation where I'm pretty sure somebody put something in my drink and some really bad things happened to me. I'm going to share this information in my sister's blog. And so I'm going to be linking her blog below so you can read about my experience, and you can find out more, so I won't be sharing everything here. But it was traumatizing. I don't remember 90% of what happened to me. So I feel like I've been able to move on a lot better because of that. But some people don't have it where, they can't remember everything. They're traumatized because they remember every moment of it. And so at one point, this was triggering because I hadn't thought about what happened to me in years. And I started crying. And you want to know why I started crying? It's because the people that did that to me weren't brought to any justice. Now, I went to the police. I did all of that. Okay? There's no, I waited. I didn't wait. It was hours later. I knew something was wrong. This wasn't right. So, I did what I was supposed to do, and they still weren't brought to justice. Not because there wasn't enough information. You guys have to realize when you present a case, there's a DA who has to take it. They have to feel like it's a viable case. And in Georgia, if someone gets convicted of rape, it's a maximum of 10 years. So it's really hard to get an open and shut case. I'm sorry, not a maximum, a minimum. So it's tough here. But anyways, it was triggering for me because I thought to myself, these people haven't been brought to justice. And there's so many people that are roaming around that did things to people that hurt women, and there was no justice. There was no freaking justice, and it's disheartening. And so that's what got me sad, because R. Kelly is still roaming around now. After this documentary, it might be really hard for him to go out in public right about now, because believe me, if I saw his ass, I'm screaming, I'm yelling obscenities, you piece of shit, excuse my language. I'm sorry. He should not be able to walk around comfortably. If these women are in rooms, do you guys not realize the Azriel, her older sister, said when she went in the studio and she saw these bedrooms with girls in each one, which his producer, I think on the first 2 episodes, said as well. He went to the studio and saw girls in these rooms and was like, this isn't right. She said there were buckets in the corner. I'm going to say it again. Buckets where it appeared to be they were urinating and using the bathroom. Are you serious? And let me shut up, okay? Because my blood pressure is going up. Are we serious about this? You guys, something needs to be done. If there's a campaign, if there's something I can help out with, best believe I'm going to do it. I will be helping out for sure. I'm going to be helping because this is horrible. This is just disgusting. So for my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and stop ranting for a minute and tell you guys what I'm putting on my lips. So I'm putting on my lip liner Cold Brew. I talked about this in my last video, so if you haven't watched it, go check it out. It'll be linked at the end of this video. And I got this new Too Faced gloss, and it's by Jordan Woods. And it's called, what is this called? I don't know what it's called. Oh, Social Butterfly. And it's just glittery, so I'm going to put this liner on with this gloss. And we're going to just talk about my closing thoughts with this. So I'm so grateful to Lifetime for using their platform to expose him. I'm so grateful. I'm happy that if you didn't know, if you watch that, you can't say you don't know now. You can't say you can't judge him, because there's evidence that police and law enforcement have had hard proof with the whole videotape situation in Florida. And this is stuff you can look up, people. You can't say, I can't judge because I don't know. Look this shit up. Then you can say you know. How about that? So they did a great job. You can't turn a blind eye to it anymore. You just can't. He's a monster. He is a monster. I don't care what happened to him. It's sad, yes. But you know right from wrong. The fact that you're hiding this, you're arrogant, you know right from wrong. You know that it's wrong. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Let me guys put you onto this tea, because if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. So the BBC did a documentary a while back before Lifetime, okay? Before Lifetime. And Lisa Van Allen, who is in the Lifetime, she met him when she was 17. In the Lifetime documentary, she talked about how, give me a second, you guys. She got pregnant, and he asked her what she wanted to do. And she said she wanted to have an abortion. She said she wanted to have an abortion because in her mind, excuse me guys, let me, I'm having the sniffles. Hold on one second. So in her little confessional on the Lifetime documentary, she stated she did not want to have a child by him because what if she had a girl, and when that girl becomes of age, what would she do? So in the BBC documentary, she said the same thing, but when she said it, she said he got with his goddaughter. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He got with his like, are you serious? Like, what the heck? Like, y'all, I was so done. I was so disgusted. Like, he has a problem. He has an issue. Like, you know how people say, well, psychologists will say some people have sexually deviant behavior. He has that and more. And they need to figure out what the hell is wrong with him. He needs to be held accountable for his actions, and he needs to get help in prison. That's where he needs to get help, in prison. I was so done. Check out, I'll link it below, the one that was on YouTube, the BBC 3. And they had Joycelyn's parents in it again. It was very informative. It came out before the Lifetime documentary came out. It's so informative. You guys, I just want to say something to the people that still want to support him and say they can separate it. You cannot separate his music from what he's doing. And the reason why I say that is because at the time he's recording this music, writing these songs, he was abusing women. Some of these songs are about that. Aaliyah's music is about that. You heard the producer say he would walk in and there was like young girls naked and he was rubbing on their booty while he's recording. Like, when you listen to a song on Spotify, Tidal, you stream something, so many collective streams add up to an album sale. That means you're still putting money in his pocket. So what song do you love so much that you have to continue to support him in his bad behavior? I don't think it's acceptable. We need to cut it out. Mute R. Kelly. That's my stance. That's my rant. I'm done my makeup look, you guys. I know it was a little hot mess, but I just did a little something. That fallout caught me off guard. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Check the links below for the blog post. It's going to be on my sister's blog, as well as the information about the BBC documentary. I will see you guys again on Saturday. So it was good to just have this conversation. Look forward to these once a month. Well, I'll be ranting and doing my makeup. Bye.